I've been doing films since 2013, and the world has changed quite a bit since then. The DSLR revolution was just in its peak, and people started to buy relatively cheap cameras, which would pump out high quality video. Ever since then, the prosumer camera market has exploded, with every year introducing new, better cameras and gadgets to make your films. It seems that every month we see brands selling through online influencers new toys that we should check out. It's easy to feel that we're missing out on something. I've spent the majority of the last 3 years buying and testing out gear, and to be honest, it can really start to add up. There's so much gear out there that it can be quite overwhelming. So the situation begs the question, what gear should you buy? Should you save up every year and completely revamp your arsenal with the newest and latest tech? Should you buy used gear? Should you rent most of your gear and only invest on the essentials? Well, to answer that question, I will use as an example my motorized slider. Last year during the first lockdown, I really struggled creatively. I felt so limited with what I could accomplish by myself, especially me being my only actor, and also shooting the video. When I came across this motorized slider, I felt that it was the answer to my prayers. I could set up the camera, have a subtle, buttery smooth and delicious camera movement while being the subject of the shot as well. When I made the purchase, I felt so ready to start shooting as much video as I could. Fast forward a couple of weeks after it arrived, and I had only used it once. Don't get me wrong, it's a great piece of gear. You can actually check out my short review of it, link is in the video description. It's quite practical in terms of weight and size, and it delivers great footage. However, it didn't invite me to work. It just felt as one more thing that I had to worry about before and while shooting. Having it as an option made me feel that I had to use it, and it felt more like a drag. It's definitely a piece of gear that I had to make myself use, and that has been partly responsible for putting videos aside just because it didn't invite me to work. Now, let's talk about the complete opposite, my Helios 44-2. I had this lens shipped from Ukraine during the pandemic, and it took a couple of days to arrive. The moment I laid my hands on it, after a thorough sanitization of course because of the situation, I couldn't stop shooting. I literally would film anything, my cup of coffee, my pets, the plants in my garden. There was an element of surprise seeing things through a lens with such character. It's a piece of gear that invites me to work when I look at it. If I happen to come across that lens in my bag or in my gear closet, I will usually stop whatever I was doing before and shoot something for a bit. That's kind of what I wanted to say with this video. Gear is super important and it helps out a lot, and investing in your craft is something necessary to be able to grow, in my opinion. However, don't let gear stop you or slow you down. Focus on working with what you have and be honest with what you actually need and what you only want. A mediocre filmmaker will make mediocre films even shooting with a red camera. I've seen some amazing artists create beautiful videos with 5 to 10-year-old cameras, and you don't need every imaginable cable, adapter, and light to craft beautiful images. Sometimes all the tools you need are already in your bag. The only filmmaking gear you need is the gear that makes you feel pumped to go out and shoot. Hopefully this video helps out all you conflicted gearheads out there, and let me know in the comments which is that one piece of gear that just makes you want to get some work done. Remember to like and subscribe and all that jazz, and I will see you guys on the next one. Cheers.